Hello guys, this is Dragon Rockstar 128, and I'm here with my own favorite Chaos Dragon build. I came with you for this for a long time ago, so let's get started. There's no need to speak of anything at all, but let's get started. Chaos Dragons obviously is not really a good deck, and it's not really that strong or popular in this format, but it's still, for me, it's my favorite deck, and I'm not going to stop playing it. So, for starters, I run one BLS and one Red Eyes. BLS, self-explanatory, Red Eyes, self-explanatory. Red Eyes is supposed to come back up to at least 2, maybe more. I really do not know, but one of every single, obviously one of each because it's limited on each. No Dark Arm and no Eclipse. Or Dark Flare, because those clog up my hands every once in a while. Most Chaos Dragon builds fall from them. But for the protection detail, it's one Gorse. Gorse has slowed me down several times, and one's good enough. This deck lacks on protection, but if you can get the Unbreakable filled out, you win. For the main dragon of the deck, 3 Light Pulsar. Like Pulsar is like Pulsar, it's no matter. It's self-explanatory, like the BLS and Red Eyes. Now, a new tech choice is I finally spent some money and get me these guys, 3 Destiny Hero Militias. Destiny Hero Militias is Destiny Hero Militias, the best deck out there, or best card out there, really, for rank 6 combos. It's really cool crap for its summoning. Plus, it's not even a once per turn thing, so you can just go off mini combos with it. For the Chaos part, I run 2 Chaos Sorcerer. Back then, I never ran this card because I thought it was always clocky and always gets in my way. But right now, in this format, it's always needed. Another tech choice I love to run is Double Effect Feller. Now, Effect Feller in this format jump down in price, jump up in price, so it keeps fluctuating. This card's overall the best. I will run this card. Back then, I ran this card. Now it's a good idea to run this card extremely now. Whenever I can get me a third one, I'll switch out one card in my deck just to place it up with Effect Velar, because I feel Effect Velar is always needed. For the Lightsworm engine, triple Raiden, because Raiden's Raiden. You need him for the mills. He's always good for like 4-card mill very first turn. It's always amazing. Unless your opponent stops it, which screws up. 3 Lumina, Dante, and Levier is extremely needed in this deck, so Lumina's and then one engine that I play is always needed and always helpful. Plus, Lumina to Raiden gives you out your combos faster and stuff, so yeah, Lumina's always needed. What Minerva? I feel we'll switch this out for another Effect Velar, but Minerva's in here just for another light place. Plus, it's also sometimes good to mill the extra one. 1 Tour Guide and 2 Farfas. I don't run Curry Bandit in here because Curry Bandit's cloggy. It stops me with my combos and my plays, so I run Farfa because in this format it's always good to get rid of your opponent's monsters so you can cleanse the field for OTK. Tour Guide's just to help out get them, and then when you mill him, even if you mill Tour Guide and him, it's still good because Farfa always goes off. So, for the main tuners of the deck, I run double Plague Spreader. Because Plague Spreader, I don't like 3 because it clogs up, and plus when you have the third one in your hand, you already have your brokeable field already out. And also the 1 Glow Ball. Now, back then I cutted them out because Glow Ball was always cloggy, so now why not? I run Glow Ball. Glow Ball's always needed, really, to help me bring out my boss monster. For the spell lineup, double Charger Light Brigade, just charge is charge, and then the triple solar recharge for the Lightsworm draw power engine. Solar recharge, I was thinking of cutting it down to maybe 2, because every once in a while I draw this, I don't have a Lightsworm and it always clogs up. But 3 of these because I have a total of 7 Lightsworms plus the 2 charges, so 9 altogether. I will be cutting out the Minerva, so it'll probably be eat altogether because it'll help out the engine a little bit better, smooth out, so I can draw those light swims that I don't need in my hand right away, and still make my roll build. Can't believe this card's at 3, triple Allure Darkness. Allure is amazing. I do have a hefty dark lineup, but Allure is just this one card. I can't believe it's at 3. Now, if I play this and my opponent sees it, he flips out because I just drew 2 cards and he doesn't know what's going to happen. So I love this card no matter what. Now, back row is a big problem against me and where I am. And my friends always play out these back row cards, and I hate it. So I run triple Twin Twister. Every once in a while, I'll side deck these because I really only need one at a time, or if I'm going against a hefty spell lineup deck, and this just goes off. One pot of cuisine in this, if I said that right, I cannot ever say this card the correct way. This card is pretty good. At first I started running 2, but I took out, if you can see it there, I took this one out because I thought only one is really needed. Every once in a while when I draw this card, it's always bricking me and always hurting me. But still, if you successfully banish, excuse me there, if you especially banish all, or 2 Destiny Hero Maliciouses and just in a Plague Spreader, you can activate this, put all 3 of them back into the deck, and you still have a Destiny Hero Malicious right there on the field. You just instant go out for more combos and more wins. I love that card. My attack choice, I run 1 Instant Fusion. I cut down 1 because 2 is always 2. I end up milling one of them, and then not really need the other one because I already have my field set up. So I cut it down to 1 because Northern in here is just an extra backup. So, and then the 1 trap, Vanity Stiffness. This card, I found a way to get around this card where it doesn't affect me. If I have my field set up, I could just activate this, or if I'm stalling because I don't have the right hand right now, I'll use this card, and it is always helpful. So that's my main deck. Time to go for my sign and extra. I'm going to go with my side deck. I run, fix myself here, I run Double XE against ABCs extremely, and also against PK Fire. PK Fire is always a good deck to go against, and this is always one thing that stalls them out and freaks them out. So, Double XE, Double Flying C, again, PK Fire, and sometimes ABCs because they'll end up not doing so well, but Flying C is usually against PK Fire, or any deck that involves XCs. So it's a good card no matter what. Electric Virus. Now this is good against Blue Eyes because you can get take control of their Blue Eyes and stop their XC plays, and also this is also good because you can do it on ABCs and take their monsters and they won't even know what just happened to them. So it's always good for me. This always sometimes save me from attacks, so it's always helpful. Double System Down. Friends tell me just to run 1. I like 2 because it's good against ABCs, Despots, and Cyber Dragons, but I haven't seen any Cyber Dragon decks out there yet, but this is mainly good against ABCs. I extremely pull this off. They flip out. They're like, oh, what just happened? And they get nervous and freaking out. I love it. Card that I love, the side deck. This is the first time I actually side decking the main deck in it, is Double Dark Holes and the 1 Mageki. I side deck Destruction because usually if I do too much Destruction against my deck, I can lose the duel or mess up. Now I side deck the Dark Holes because it's good against if you top deck Dark Hole, you're lucky. If you top deck Regeki, you're always lucky. I always top deck Regeki, but I stopped running it because I kept drawing it during the times that I didn't really need it. So that's why I side deck these. Dark Hole is mainly good against those brokeable fields you can't get around. So I side deck 1 Instant Fusion. Now I said I cut it out 1, but I realized I switched it out every once in a while. So if I'm not drawing Instant Fusion right away, I'll switch a card and just get Instant Fusion into my hand, or put side deck Instant Fusion to be able to get Northern out much faster and stuff. So Instant Fusion does come sometimes live, but when I switch it out, it's pretty handy. This is I ran double institution long ago, but I kept breaking it, so I decided to side deck one of them. Double Royal Decree, because Royal Decree is there against hefty trap card decks. It's always handy, it's always needed. My friend suggested me side decking this because it always stops those solemn warnings and solemn strikes from happening, and it's always good to have that. And then for my last card of my side deck, I side decked the Crimson Blader because I found a nifty card. Well, this is mainly against Blue Eyes and sometimes ABCs if you're lucky, because they won't be able to go fusion at all or do anything that involves anything about levels. They can go for XCs though, but that's the only thing. They still cannot go for special summoning monsters that's level 5 or higher. So it's basically a clean lockdown, and this is always good against Blue Eyes. So that's why I side deck it more than I main deck it, because it's only good against 2 decks that really are least out there. So yeah. And then now for my extra deck, for my rank 6s, 1 Beatrice and 1 Concealer M7. Self-explanatory, because M7 is always good. Plus Beatrice is limited to 1. That's what I didn't like. Most people don't even run Beatrice that many more besides 1. I don't see why they hit it. It was basically a full waste of a hit. But it's still a good card, and so it's a Concealer, so I like them. For my 4s, 1 Castell, because Castell always clears up those boards, and 1 Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. Now, Dark Requiem XYZ Dragon, as soon as I can get a hold of that, I'm probably going to take out maybe, I'm probably going to take out one of my Synchros or XCs and switch it out to test out the Dark Rebellion, or Dark Requiem XYZ Dragon. I want to test that out a lot more than just plain on Dark Rebellion, but I've run Dark Rebellion because it's good against the Blue Eyes matchup and good against ABC matchup. You can just split their big boy in half, that 4K monster, and just literally go for game there. Castell is usually good against decks that you can't get around one certain monster, so you just use Castell to get around it. It's very handy. I always win because of Castell and Dark Rebellion. For my last 2 XCs, for my rank 3s, 1 Dante, because Dante is Dante. It's always needed. And then 1 Livier. Dante, on the other hand, I do want to run up to 2 because the Luna combo, Luna loop, I can bring out a Dante and then bring out Livier, or I can just bring out Dante, detach, another Dante, then detach, another Livier. This is always handy. I love this combo. My opponent just looks at me like, what the hell did you just do? And they freak out because of that combo. I love this combo. Dante is just to help you get the, if you don't have a good hand and you have a tour guide in your hand, you could just do that. Get Dante. Dante's always handy. And Livier is there just to help you get back your place betters, or help you get back one of those little banished level 4 tuners that you need, or even Minerva at sometimes. I would love to test out the new Minerva, or the old Minerva XYZ level 4, or rank 4, because it's always, like, I feel that this deck can run it without breaking a lot, or messing up a lot. So if I can get my hands on one of those, I run that. But for my Synchros, for my 7s, 1 Black Rose, because it's board removal. You need a board removal. 1 Clear Wing, because I like doing the Glow Up Ball combo, where I can just mill it, bring it out, and I have Clear Wing on the board, Synchro, I can bring out my boss monster that I want to bring out all the time. But Clear Wing's there just to help me get around certain monsters, not all. Michael, because it's helping me get rid of those boards that I don't want to see, or help me get rid of that 1 card that I'm freaking out about. Plus, it's good because you can gain life points off of it with your Light Swarm still in the grave, so it's always a good card. Now, this card is still expensive, it's still good. I'm surprised I even got this one. I like to call it Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Now, this card is good against with the Clear Wing and Glow Up Ball combo. It's always handy. It's very extremely good. I'm sorry, I'm on my bed right here just videoing, so it's kind of hard to do this. But Crystal Wing is there against ABCs, any type of deck. Like, this card is literally live. I win a lot because of this. Every once in a while I'll bring it out, every once in a while I won't, because at times I really didn't need it, because I always have Beetles, which is another level 8, and then Bulldog. which is another level 8. Well, all 3 of these, if I summon all 3 of these, it's game. Like, I literally win the duel because of that. And still have a Light Pulsar and a Red Eyes on the field. It's just live. This board right here will be pretty much live. So yeah. One Scarlet Red Dragon Archbeam because it's always good to clear those boards. And plus, when you hit Light Pulsar and it goes to grave, you can get Light Pulsar's effect to bring out the rest. So it's good combos. The one Leo, because Leo's Leo, it's a 31 Pete stick. You can just summon this, you win the duel. It's usually handy. And then the one Nord. Now Norton's there because I need more of a rank 4 ability where I can bring out my monsters faster. So, and I only main deck one Instant Fusion, and I sometimes side deck the or main deck the second one just in case, so I can't bring out Norton faster. And then obviously, my 3 tokens, obviously Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey, because they're always my favorite tokens, and I like Yugi and Joey, so yeah. And then sooner or later, I'll be testing out this combo, the Cyber Dragon Affinity package, because I could see this, excuse the price tags, but I can see this happening a lot more than ever. I want to test out, as soon as I get my hands on Galaxy Soldiers, I will use these cards extremely. So yeah, right there is my Chaos Dragon build. Let me know down in the comments what I should change, or what I should keep, or what should I do. It's always a good, this deck is pretty good in this format for me. Well, I do break out a lot sometimes, it just depends on the situation that I'm going against with my opponent. But this deck is just live. I love this deck. So that's the end of my Chaos Dragon video, so thank you. See ya.